This way, Charlie. Okay, we're back again for another walk with Charlie. I want to thank you all for watching the first one. That was pretty popular. I think the most frequent comment I got was less me, more Charlie. But don't worry, I think he's currently seeking representation because I think he's working on a book deal. Anyway, come on, Charlie, what are you doing? You must, honest, if you ever walked a Schnauzer, they sniff at everything. It's unbelievable. So I wanted to give you a couple thoughts. First of all, I wanted to thank our clients for being absolute veterans of investing. You guys have been amazing. Everybody gets it. Everybody's being patient and calm. And probably the biggest question we're getting from people is, when are we going buying stuff? So I think I'll cover that in the next video. I think for today, what I wanted to spend some time on, because I've been watching a lot of news, and I kind of watch it so you don't have to. But there's a few things I think I want to touch on, and it's not about the virus and so on per se. I think it's about how to make you a better consumer of news and media, because there's some dirty tricks they're playing, and I want to share a few of them with you that are really the most obvious to me, but they may not be obvious to other people. So I'm going to share you a couple tricks, help you be a better consumer of the amount of media that we're all getting. So the first thing is, please understand that the financial media loves bears. They love people that are negative, that have a bearish view, a bearish call. And those guys, the bigger the bear you are, the more media you get. So some of them, that's just their wiring, their programming. But I've noticed this for 28 years I've been doing this. The guys who are the biggest bears, they get all the attention. They're also usually wrong. So that's the first thing I listen to when I hear these guys, is if they're generally bearish and that's how they're programmed, they're only seeing one side of it. So try to pay attention to who's talking and should you really be listening to them. The second thing is a little bit of a math trick that I think maybe because the journalists went to journalism school and they didn't go to business school, and maybe they're not good at math. There's a pretty common trick that they do, and they ought to know better, and I think they should know better, and I'm actually going to show you an example of it. And that's that whenever they show a graph, a chart, pay attention to the scale, because there's two different ways you can draw a chart. The first one is, well, there's actually many different ways, but the two most common is an arithmetic chart and a logarithmic chart. And the difference is, an arithmetic chart, 1, 2, 3, 4, they all have the same space on the scale. 10 to 20, 20 to 30, they all have the same space. But if you think about it, that's not really right to show it to you that way, because, from 10 to 20, that's a double. But from 90 to 100, that's not a double. But they share the same space on the chart. So what happens is, as numbers go higher, they exaggerate their movement on a chart. So a logarithmic chart, the size of the chart is proportional to the percentage change. So it's a more appropriate way to represent the pace of change of something. And I'm going to put up, with the magic of computers, I'm going to show you a couple of charts right now that come from an organization that tracks the particular coronavirus. And I'm going to give you the same information, but presented in two different ways. The first one is a chart that's done on an arithmetic scale. And if you look at it, it looks like the number of new cases is exploding. And that's the chart you're going to see in the press, because it's designed to scare you a little bit, right? It looks like the numbers are imploding, it's never going to end, it's going straight to the moon. It's like a rocket ship taking off. So that is concerning emotionally. But I'm going to show you the next chart, and this is a logarithmic chart. And again, the way this one works is it shows the rate of change better, because 0 to 10, that's a big space on a chart, but 100 to 110 is a smaller space on the chart. So this is a more accurate way to show you how the pace of change is happening. So again, same data, very different interpretation, right? You can see that, yes, it's been rising, but it kind of plateaued and it might be picking up again. So when you're looking at data, when you're seeing charts on TV or in the news, look at the scale. Because if it's not a log chart, then it's designed to scare you a little bit. So those are just a couple of key things to look at, as we're all getting tons of news, and knowing how to filter it. And I'm supposed to be skeptical, right? I do due diligence for a living, and I'm supposed to be skeptical. The other thing I'm going to mention, just as an aside, is the dangers of extrapolation. Usually when things are going up, people think they're going to keep going up. When things are going down, people think they're going to keep going down. That's not how it works. So when people talk about where this thing might go, they're extrapolating. And we have to realize that that isn't actually how nature operates, or we all would have been dead of stuff a long time ago. So that's about it. I'm going to leave it there for right now, because I got Charlie, I got bags, I'm good. Anyway, I wanted to thank you very much for watching. We have a lot of stuff that's coming your way. We're going to take advantage of all these Zoom video web things. I'm booking interviews with some people that I think are real thought leaders in different ways. We're going to do one with Dr. Joe Coughlin from the MIT Age Lab. We're going to do one with Susan Hyatt from a company called Silver Sherpa. And they do basically healthcare advocacy. I think she's going to have some great advice for us. I got a number of investment managers that are going to come on in the biotech world, market historians. So we're going to start recording those this week, and I'm going to start putting them up on the channel just to show you that we're still working really hard. The team's fine, everybody's good. We're all taking this remote access working thing in stride, and we're all going to get through this together. So thank you very much for watching. Talk to you again. Okay, Charlie, gotta clean that up now. Okay, Charlie, let's go home. What are they feeding you? What are the children feeding you?